Violent J.
Yes.
Nice to meet you, sir. I'm Martin Bashir from Nightline. Shady Tudo.
Yes, sir.
Excellent. Pleasure to meet you. Please take your positions. My colleagues are going to wire you up.
You the Michael Jackson?
I did some filming with him, sir, yes.
Yeah. I'm a huge Michael Jackson fan.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm a fan of that. It's an honor, brother.
It's an honor for me. So we saw some of your fans earlier this evening. They're getting warmed up for the show.
Oh, yeah.
They're getting ready. The Juggalo has a pledge of allegiance. I'll read it to you. Juggalos will carry on, swing our hatchets if we must, each and every one of us. When I died, show no pity. What does that mean?
Well, I know this. We'll never die alone. Juggalos will carry on, swing our hatchets if we must, each and every one of us. And that's it says a lot, you know what I mean? But what it says and what it means could be two completely different things.
Depending upon how people take it. You know what I'm saying?
There's a lot of love going on in the Juggalo world. A lot of love, a lot of family. The word family, you hear it chanted, that's the only word that can describe the feeling that's going on at a Juggalo event. It's family. You know, because you've got, let's say you're at a concert, you've got 2,000 brothers and sisters there with you that feel like family. Nobody's fighting at our shows. Nobody's swinging axes into each other's heads or anything like that. It's a family. That's why they chant family. They know they're part of a special movement. They know that it's underground. They know the world isn't watching. They know what's happening in that building is very special. They know they'll remember it when they're old. And the word family means so much because it's the only way you can describe the feeling, man, to be part of that movement, to be part of the Juggalos. You know, at any given high school, there might only be 10 Juggalos, 5 Juggalos. But when they all link up all around the world, come together, it's awesome. You know what I'm saying?
The DVD, The Gathering, featured the annual event which brings this family together. You were saying that it's not about violence, but what about the series in that video called Fucked Up Wrestling, where people are bludgeoning each other's heads with light bulbs and using a screwdriver to attack each other's mouths?
We like violence as our entertainment, yeah.
These were people actually doing it.
Yeah.
And hitting each other with chairs.
Yeah.
And then aiming a steel bar at someone else's genitals. What's that about?
That's hardcore wrestling, man. That derives from Japan. That's been around forever.
You could take
we can make that up.
A baseball bat, wrapped in duct tape, rolled in thumbtacks, and spanked across somebody's naked scrotum. You know what I'm saying? We could go on and on, but the idea is, you know, that sort of wild antics going on, that sort of lawless madness, that sort of craziness is appealing to many Juggalos. You know what I'm saying?
Just like it was us.
Just like we used to do. We used to bash each other over the head with chairs so hard that we'd fight to keep consciousness. You know, and we do this in our own warehouse, just having our own private wrestling shows, you know what I mean? There's something appealing about insane wrestling and, you know, being violent and all that. It's
contained violence, though. You know what I'm saying?
It's not real. You're not actually trying to hurt the guy.
But in The Gathering DVD, one gentleman is covered in blood pouring from his head after his head has been hit with barbed wire covering a baseball bat.
That's wrestling. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's another
Hulk
thing.
Hogan punch a guy and he starts bleeding. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's pro wrestling.
That's
Deathmatch wrestling.
That's part of being a juggalo?
No, just a great deal of Juggalos love deathmatch wrestling. But deathmatch wrestling has its own life. Just a great deal of Juggalos are fans of it.
Both the competitors walk away, they're fine. You know what I'm saying?
That's not Juggalos didn't invent that.
What about the semi-naked female wrestling that you have in The Gathering?
That's great. That's what's better than watching two half-naked chicks wrestle, you know?
Just a good
Every
time,
homosexual man in the world loves that, you know what I'm saying?
You can find that at any kind of crazy bar in the country, too. You know, Jello wrestling, you know, women wrestling at titty bars, mud wrestling or whatever. You know what I mean? It's just a version of that, you know. But they're not actually trying to choke each other out. Maybe they are, but not to the point of to hurt the other person. You know what I'm saying?
But some of the people were, or did appear to be.
It's maybe to win the match.
The wrestling, it's a work. You know what I'm saying? It's pretty, well, maybe not that, you know what I'm saying? But they're not choking them to kill them, you know what I'm saying? Maybe to make them tap out, you know? You want to see that, you know? You make that tap out.
Explain to me with great violence and murder. What's the purpose?
In our lyrics, okay, I can't speak for all the horrorcore rap, but in our lyrics, you don't find very much rape.
Unless it's against it.
Unless we're talking about against rape or something like that, you know. There are horrorcore rap artists out there that have no boundaries to what they say. They talk about, you know, skinning babies and killing, you know, whatever. Anything they can possibly think of that's grotesque and horrible, they rap about it. But ICP's a little more classy than that. Our shit is doper. Our shit is more of a worthy product. You know what I'm saying? Like we don't just kill anybody in our music. You know?
How should pedophiles be dealt with?
Pedophiles?
Yes.
In the most gruesome, ruthless manner possible. In the lyrics, you know what I'm saying?
Even
open
the prisoners
territory.
don't like those motherfuckers. You know
Right.
what I'm saying?
A pedophile is the ultimate walking
out
devil.
of
You
prison.
know, you can do any, like in our lyrics. In our music, we have the freedom. It's like a movie. You understand? It's like when you walk into let me say it like this. When you walk into a record store, it's a lot like walking into a DVD store. You know, there's something for everybody. There's romance movies, there's action adventure movies, and then there's horror movies. Well, it's just like when you walk into a CD store. There's romance CDs, there's action, fast metal CDs, and then there's a rare, smaller branch of thriller CDs, you know, scary CDs.
But this is what you say in To Catch a Predator. Hi there, I stab him in the neck first, because it hurts, get him where the blood squirts, carve his whole face off, make him eat it, chain him up by the foot in the basement bleeding.
To Catch a Predator, hell yeah, you know, like to get that objective.
What about the criminal justice process and people being...
Come on, man. Somebody
This is
touches
it.
your kid like that? Come on. You're just going to want them to go to jail? You know
Number one, we're entertainers. You know what I mean?
So you don't really mean...
No, we'd be in
We'd
prison
be in
right
prison
now.
for the rest of our life.
I myself was molested as a child. You know what I mean?
Really?
Yeah, absolutely. And
How old were you?
I was probably it was my second father. You know, I was probably 8 years old, maybe 7 years old. But
And was that a very terrible experience? It must have been.
absolutely. But I'm saying I could have tracked him down and murdered him. You know what I'm saying? If he's still alive, I could probably do it today. You know, but we're not. You know, we're not Neanderthals. We're entertainers.
You talk about romance, and the American Songbook has some beautiful songs, as we know. It Had to Be You, The Way You Look Tonight, these are all wonderful songs. Here's a version of you on romance. Hey yo bitch, come over here, let me kick it to you, tried to stick my nuts in you. I'm sorry, I mean, because you're ugly and you know you can't hide that, so what, you look like a chicken with a hunchback.
It's humorous. Got you laughing, right?
But what?
How can you take that seriously? You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
Like, you gonna holler at some bitch like that? Hey, chicken back neck.
Man,
You know what I'm saying?
talking about that's funny, man. That's funny
Right.
in
You know, but they're trying to be all professional
Wayne's
laughing.
Brothers movie. That's hilarious. They had a character in a Wayne's Brother movie I saw yesterday called Uglisha. Her name was Uglisha.
Alicia. You know what I'm saying? Come on.
It's just, you know, stupid humor, funny shit. I find it funny at 37, absolutely.
If you're gonna sit there and talk to a woman, you know what I'm saying? You gonna approach her like that, you're gonna get slapped in the face.
But what about something more serious, like I'm gonna kill you? Where you say, first I smack your head with a bat, the bloody splat, crack with impact, take my car jack, whack your knees, because you're sicker than an ass disease. is that not recommending
Entertainment.
violence?
Listen, okay, yeah, it's not recommending it.
What is
It's more or less like therapy because you listen to who we're killing closely on them songs, on that very song in particular. We're talking about racist bigots, you dirty demon. You know, racist people, people who beat their wives. These are people that have affected people in ways
But
it's like therapy to hear that and to voice that and
but
rap along
Violent
with it.
J, what does it mean if you call a song "I'm a Kill You"? What does that mean to any person reading the English language?
It
means I'ma kill
means
you.
it's
But I mean, how you take that? I mean, are you like a grown retard or something?
yeah,
Like,
you
go
are
out
you
and do
some
it?
kind of murderer to begin with, then it might affect you weird. But if you're anybody else,
If you're
it
normal.
means I could take you to Walmart and show you some pretty scary sounding horror movies
How
just
about,
by their name.
how-
P.S. I'll kill you.
how about I stab people? I stab people, 4 or 5 people every day.
Same
I
thing.
tried to see a shrink to stop that shit, but it ain't no fucking way.
It's the same thing we're talking about.
Is that describing you? Did you want to stab people?
Sometimes, it may be in
Did you see a
in my
therapist?
subconscious anger, but not in real life. We're standing here, we're sitting here in clown paint. You know what I mean? We're entertainers. Anybody that reads that or hears that, takes that seriously,
They need to see a shrink.
really
You know what I'm
thinks
saying?
that we're out killing people is sick to begin with. Believe me, there's more to it. I mean, that's like. That is those lyrics are like funny or angry or any kind of substance, violence.
Violent J, is this funny? I stabbed a fat guy in the butt. Say what? I stab old people, ladies, little kids. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, when you hear the song in its entire
Is
contents,
that funny?
yeah, in its entire contents, not that line read like that.
My
But
accent-
in the
You
song,
sound all serious.
yeah, not the way you're reading it,
Stab
but the
kids.
way I perform it. The song is called "I Stab People." It's about a guy. Listen to what I'm saying. It's about a guy who stabs people constantly. Nobody does that in this world. That makes the song entertaining. It's like, what is he talking about?
Now let me ask you this. I mean, you don't have people sitting Stephen King down and schooling him like this. So when you had that crazy clown in It stabbing some dude in the neck, what were you thinking? He gets praised for being a mastermind.
And hear me again. I stab people, 4 or 5 people every day. The way the song is done, the way my voice is done to the music, it's maddening. It's a crazy lunatic who can't stop stabbing people. That's the story. That's the product. That's the art.
So, just so we understand it, you're not being serious when you say murder people, stab them, bludgeon their scrotum with a hammer.
We don't tell
pancake
anybody
food.
to
It's
do
a
anything
character
like
in a
that.
song. We don't tell nobody to go do that.
You don't.
Nah.
But this is just purely entertainment.
Say, go out and
We're
kill somebody.
entertainers.
Nah,
Yeah,
we
we're
never
like
did that.
we're like actors, like Jason and Michael Myers.
Here's the problem though, Violent J. A number of people who have been associated with serious criminal acts of violence and murder, have had some kind of connection to ICP and juggalos.
And I'm sure they watch Stephen King movies as well.
You know what else? When you sell, how many records do we say? 7 million records?
7 to 9 million.
You're talking about 7 to 9 million people out there. You're gonna find everything
Find some
in those
nutcase,
people
man.
if you look. You're also gonna find people probably worthy of the Nobel Prize in there. You know what I mean?
Don't nobody
Maybe
report
they
on
were
that.
influenced by ICP. What about the family love we bring? Talk to all the juggalos.
What about juggalos running canned food drives and you know what I'm saying? And giving
Juggalos who
clothes
tell
to
us
homeless
we
people?
saved their lives and inspired them to do great things.
Nobody want to report on that.
There's even juggalos that, not just 1 or 2, but a great deal of juggalos who say we helped them find God.
Really?
Absolutely. If you knew the origins of the Dark Carnival and the 6 Joker cards and what our story is, and not just the frosting on top, but if you actually dug into the cake, there's plenty of that. And then there's plenty of great hidden underlying messages, real messages that take years to decipher, not just the easy cakewalk stuff that's on the top. That's like for everybody to be misled.
So you're saying that you lead people in some measure, on some occasions, to God, to faith.
In some ways, absolutely. And let me state this also. Um, we don't subject what ICP does to anybody who doesn't want to see it. We don't tour with anybody unless we're the main act. You never have to sit through ICP while you're waiting for your favorite band, because we always go on last. You can leave. You don't hear us on the radio while you're waiting to hear your favorite single. We're not on the radio. You don't have to watch our videos while you're waiting for your favorite video, because we don't have videos on MTV or VH1. You got to come look for us. It's an acquired taste. I don't deny that. We're not your everyday music. Not everybody's going to be into I stab people. But there are people who find that stuff funny and get what we mean by it.
Or I'm going to kill you. Michel Vasey, who's the Arizona State Law Enforcement Gang Unit, has said this, and I'm quoting her: "We've got multiple individuals committing gang-related crimes, gang-motivated crimes, and they're using the name Juggalo." Now, as you know, there are a number of states that are now regarding Juggalos as members of gangs. They're no longer regarded as innocent lovers of your music because of a number of horrendous crimes that have occurred. What do you say to that?
I say bullshit. I say it's not true. I say people
not
have
true.
the wrong...
Let me give you an example. February 2006, individual attacks people with a machete in a gay bar, kills a police officer in traffic stop. He calls himself a juggler.
There's something wrong with that kid.
He was insane to begin with.
You better holler at his parents and see how they raise
What
him
about
all
in
messed up.
September 2009? Sam McCroskey, horrorcore rapper, kills 4 people.
That's horrible.
What about in New Hampshire, October this year? 41-year-old Kimberly Cates is killed, and 11-year-old daughter's throat is slit. Again, by individuals linked to your music and to jugglers.
Individuals who listen to our music? Come on, man. Who else do they listen to? Why don't you blame them?
Well,
Right.
because
I'm sure like Jack the Ripper back in the day probably bumped Beethoven like
They
crazy.
probably watched the
You know?
movie Saw as well.
what about February 2009? Michael Goucher stabbed 20 times with a knife and a meat cleaver by 2 self-proclaimed juggalos, one wearing an ICP t-shirt. The district
like
attorney
crazy.
has said they did it for the thrill, so they decided to kill.
Well, just the way you read these off is like it's like a brutal attack to try to make it sound like our fans are these dangerous people when it's the most misconstrued thing.
Violent J, I didn't say that. I'm just reporting the facts of these cases. The individuals who perpetrated these murders and acts of violence
Once
were
again,
self-proclaimed juggalos. Some were wearing ICP t-shirts. And the question is there some relationship?
no,
you think,
there isn't, because
between-
we've sold millions of records. And I know that's hard to believe because we're not public figures.
No, it's not hard to believe. It's statistically
Hey,
proven.
you know what's
You've
funny
sold
to me? You know what I'm saying? Hey, you know what's funny to me? I'm sure there was some crazy guy in the 70s slashing people rocking the Eagles t-shirt. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And all of a sudden, Don Hensley had to get accused of like putting some shit out.
can't
You know what I'm
honestly
saying?
believe
It's
that-
ridiculous, man.
that any of those horrible crimes you're talking
Maybe some
about
of the drugs
were
they were taking
committed
had something to do
because
with
of our lyrics. These people might have heard our records, might call themselves juggalos. What else are they into in their
Right, I'm
lives?
sure the crystal meth didn't help. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
well, what other kind of shit are they into in their lives?
here's the
Who
question.
else are these people?
But Violent J, is it possible that young people, perhaps, who may be deviant, hearing this music, are unable to process the difference between fantasy and entertainment?
If it wasn't our
And
music,
reality.
it'd be somebody else's music, and they'd be getting that shit.
That,
handed
that,
down
my
there.
friend, is the oldest argument in rock and roll history. Because there were people having the same discussion in the 70s, talking to Ozzy Osbourne, talking to Black Sabbath,
Judas Priest.
talking to Judas
Come
Priest.
on.
That's the oldest question that's been getting kicked around in rock and roll since day one, man. You know what I'm saying? Is the music somehow
Elvis got
corrupting
it.
the
You know what I'm
youth?
saying? Somehow Elvis
Is
got
the
that.
music corrupting the youth?
That's
You know?
Why
we
do
can
you
shit
think?
right
Why
now.
do you think then these states, Utah, Arizona, Pennsylvania, Monroe County, Pennsylvania, why have they classified juggalos as gang members?
Because it's ignorance. They don't really understand what it is. They know that there is a juggalo, and there is people who call themselves juggalos. Therefore, it's got to be something negative.
No, but they're saying the evidence that they've found suggests that the music and the whole.
So why don't they find some more evidence, like I was saying, where a group of juggalos are helping the poor out, helping homeless out?
I'm sure they could, but we're talking about.
And they don't want to.
I don't believe in this evidence you speak of. I don't believe that juggalos are. I believe, yeah, out of the millions and millions that have bought of our albums, yes, some of them probably have committed horrendous crimes, but I don't believe
you admit
this.
that.
Yeah, absolutely.
And do you think your music played a role in that?
No, not at all. Not one bit. I wouldn't be able to continue doing what I do if I thought that. Let me ask you this. I also know for a fact that, unfortunately, out of all the concerts we've done in our lives, unfortunately, there's been a great deal of juggalos who's passed away on the way home from our concerts in car accidents. Does that mean ICP produces poor driving?
You tell me.
No, I don't think so. But it happens.
Yes.
It sucks. It's horrible. It's horrible to think of, but it happens. This is a big world we live in. You know, ICP to a teenager, it is a common thing. It's a common name, you know.
You can have a bad apple in every bunch.
You say the same thing about Marilyn Manson and everybody else. It's easy to point the finger at, you know. But come on, man. It's just, what's the way to stop it? Huh? Not allow us to make music like we do? You know, become like a communist country or something? Is that the way to stop it? Censorship?
Well, maybe not encourage people to kill people.
We ain't encouraging nobody.
We're not encouraging
We ain't saying go out and do
We're
it.
sitting here
We
on
ain't
our
saying,
TV
hey,
cameras
you go do this.
telling the world we have face paint on. We are entertainers. If any of our fans kill somebody, please don't buy any more of our fucking records. Get out of our lives. You're a sicko.
Let's move on for a moment. What do you say to the argument that basically you two guys are extremely smart businessmen?
I say hell yeah.
What you've done is you've captured disaffected white youth, you've given them an underground movement, and you've exploited them to the very last cent with music, with merchandising, with everything. You guys are geniuses.
It's not about exploiting them, man.
That's so crazy. You have to be an evil genius to even think of that. That somehow that was in our plans.
Is it not? Is it not a plan to sell people
believe
clothing
that?
and
Look
sneakers?
at us in the
I
face.
got
Do
an
you
idea.
believe like we came up with that shit?
Just
like that's what we're gonna
sit
do.
around with our
It's
16. Say, Jay.
It's possible. It's a lot of things are possible tonight, aren't they?
So you don't think you are exploiting?
I don't think so. I think we're
I'm
making some
exploiting
bomb-ass rap songs.
Right.
And I think the rest is running through people's minds like, wow.
So whose idea is it to sell people sneakers? Whose idea is
Everybody
it to
in our
make clothing?
companies, of course.
Whose idea is it to make money from all these products?
Hey, brother, we're just rocking the mic, man. You know what I'm saying? We're
You're not,
doing
man.
what's
You're doing
the
more than
shit,
rocking
man.
it.
We're doing what we think would be cool.
Somebody told me at the venue where you're playing tonight that I could dress my baby in ICP.
Hell yeah.
I bring my 4-year-old son out on stage with me every other night,
Rockin' ICP shit.
painted like his daddy.
What do you? So you don't accept that you are simply exploiting young people? In
No,
this
I
way?
don't accept that. We're not here to exploit anybody. We're here to give them entertainment. We're here to give them a good time and escape from reality. Listen. Music is always about, especially rap music, is always about keeping it real. Keep it real, man. This world is sometimes depressing. You know what I'm saying? Does the music always have to keep it real too? How about we take you somewhere and give you a fantasy? Some of our music is straight. Why don't you talk about the song Miracles, which is about all the miracles that are here in this world that we have. You know, some of our music is straight beautiful. It can't be denied. It's straight beautiful in anybody's eyes.
How do you write lyrics? How do you write these
See, you don't let me explain that.
No, we'll come to that in a moment. I want to keep, because I'm told you've got to move on.
Okay.
So I need to hurry up, sir. How do you write these lyrics? How do you do it?
With a pen and paper.
Do you?
Bam.
I hear the music. You know what I mean? I let the music talk to me.
Every track has a different move.
Yeah, the music sometimes tells you the story of what. Sometimes I don't have an idea for a song at all until the music. You know, the background music, the music I'm hearing creates
It'll inspire something.
It'll create a story, a piece of entertainment. You know, not me. Like I'm sitting here 350 pounds. You know, but in my music, I dive over walls. I do backflips over fences. You know what I mean? I'm like a ninja. You know what I mean? I sit with my pen and I become this character I want to be, and I tell my story. Whatever the music is telling me to be, whatever it's telling me to do.
How do you write a line like, "From Pluto to your anus, we are underground famous"?
For doom and 808 bass booms in your face. That's dope, man. Welcome to the world of rap.
But explain how you wrote that line, "From Pluto to your anus."
From Pluto to
That's
your
a long
anus.
distance.
You know, from Pluto to your ass. We underground famous for doom and 808 bass booms, man. That's just boasting.
But isn't this almost prepubescent, barely literate?
Probably to you. You know what I
Not to
mean?
me, I'm asking
Because
you.
you sound smart as a motherfucker.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
maybe it's not your cup of tea. Of course, it probably sounds ridiculous to you. You know what I mean?
But what do you say to the...
Your music probably sounds ridiculous to me. No offense. You know what I mean?
But
I don't know what you listen to. We got one thing in common. We like Mike. But you know what I mean? I mean, like some of us.
what do you say to the allegation that this is just puerile nonsense? It's just
I
vacuous,
think that's nonsense.
low-grade, prepubescent musings that most adolescents have, from Pluto to your anus.
I say just
Used
don't
to
buy
get
them.
mad at that, you know. Used to get mad at people saying that, but you know that's just what we said earlier. That's just the frosting, you know. There's a lot of cool shit to
That's an
ICP
opinion,
that's,
man. That's a straight
deep,
up opinion.
deep in the sauce, man. Some of our lyrics might come across as juvenile when you first hear them. I can't help but write how I write. We write like that. That's how we write, you know. I mean, but there's so much deepness to it that juggalos discover and find and cherish and use as far as...
Do you think that the lyrics should be treated in the same way as poetry should be treated? Should be regarded with a similar respect?
Sure. I mean, it's
I don't
all
know how to
art
answer
form
that. I mean,
somehow.
that's pretty flattering if you would consider our music like poetry. I mean, no. I think it needs to be spit. It needs to be read on paper. It's one thing, you know what I mean. Sometimes it sounds like crap. Read on paper. That's why I'm not a big fan of putting the lyrics in the CD. Delivered and performed, they can sound a lot cooler and come to life a lot more the way you intend them to when we perform them correctly.
That's the whole part of the art form of it, you know.
Both of you have children. Both of you are very caring and committed to your children. How would you feel if your children grew up to sing things like "I stab old people, ladies, I don't give a fuck"?
Cool. I mean, it's like they can listen to what they want. That's how I was
How would
raised.
you feel if they use that kind of language?
I would be hurt if they used it in public and when they're not supposed to, when they're riding to and from school in a carload of homies. I wouldn't care. You know
How
what
would
I
you feel
mean?
if they spoke to their teacher and said that sort of thing?
My kids are in
You
eighth
know what I'm
grade. You
saying?
know what I'm saying?
I
I don't
don't
be
want-
talking to people like that. You know, around their boys, I'm like, you're gonna say what you're gonna say. I ain't gonna know. So you know what I'm saying. But around adults and stuff like that,
My son would be in big trouble if
They're
he
raised
spoke
the
to his
right way.
teacher like that.
You wouldn't.
Huge trouble.
You wouldn't allow that.
No, I wouldn't.
So all of the anxiety in law enforcement about the influence of your lyrics, about juggalos being involved in violence, you think that is misplaced. It's just unnecessary because your music is not responsible for any of this.
I think juggalos are too vast and too big to be classified as anything like that. Some people are you know, police and are juggalos. You know what I'm saying? You know, we just met a cop yesterday that loved our music.
I mean, I just seen a picture of soldiers serving in Iraq. You know, standing next to an ICP tag that they painted.
Or
You
with
know what I'm saying?
their face
Are
paint
they-
done like us.
Are they villains?
Yeah, are
Over
they in a
fighting in
gang?
Iraq? Are they a gang? Yeah, they're
Come
the
on, man.
American gang of the army.
I
You know
think
what I'm
juggalos
saying?
are too
America's
fast,
gang.
are too big to be considered anything like that. You know, there's groups of individuals.
That are fucked
Just
up.
like there's probably a murderer that's a juggalo. As horrible as that is, yes, probably is. You know,
Just as we
there's also Girl Scouts that are
could potentially be murderers.
Exactly.
Just as we close, we're about to go to the concert. We're hoping to film some of that backstage with you. How does it feel as you approach the whole experience of preparing to meet your fans?
There's no feeling like it, man. Performing live is like the ultimate treat for us. You know what I'm saying? It's what you strive for your whole career, to turn a crowd out like that, you know?
And we bring a show. You know, we're not an arena band. We'd love to be an arena band, but we bring an arena show to the club. You know, we bring 3 semis, 3 buses. You know, we bring clowns, a ringmaster, showgirls, you know, monsters. We bring everything we can, because we're about show business. We're about, you know, theatrics. You know, we don't just step on stage. Here we are. You know, spit our rap and leave like most rap acts.
You figure a kid's working all week at Taco Bell. You know what I'm saying? And he's gonna buy a ticket for $25, $30, whatever it costs. You know, you don't want to see just some asshole up there just sitting on a stool playing a guitar. You know, you want to see entertainment.
Show, man. We bring confetti, brother. We bring confetti.
It's hard not to pass out doing a show. You know, we exert so much energy. You know,
to the point of, just know this.
Everything.
Just know we are constantly an inch away from passing out.
Many times I walk on the stage and throw up.
Puke. You know, we are constantly
exhaustion.
one step off from passing out, because we're giving that much every night.
How much longer can you keep painting your faces, singing about stabbings and your...
There's no reason we can't do this Rolling Stone style. There's no reason we can't eventually be a Vegas band.
What do you think you could be?
Yeah. Come see the Wicked Clowns in Vegas, you know,
It's
where
perfect.
we have our own theater that's designed for us. We can give the same show every night, and the crowd travels instead of us. Hell yeah.
Well, we're looking forward to seeing you.
Cool, man.
Thank you very much
Thank
for
you.
giving us your time, and thank you very much for your
Thank you. That was fun.
Thank you. Okay, great.